Before the stars had names, before empires cast their shadows over the earth, there was Uruk, a city carved by gods, laid brick by immortal hand, glinting beneath the sun like a jewel of civilization. In this city ruled a king, 2/3 divine, 1/3 dust. His name was Gilgamesh, peerless in beauty, unmatched in strength. He raised walls that scraped the heavens and temples that dared house the divine. And yet, for all his greatness, Gilgamesh was feared more than revered. The people trembled beneath his rule. Their voices rose like smoke to the heavens, and the gods listened. The gods, burdened by mortal cries, crafted a wild answer. Enkidu, a creature formed of clay and chaos, of wind-swept plains and mountain thunder. He knew no city, spoke no word. He drank from the river like a stag and ran beside lions, hair tangled with leaves, skin scarred by thorns. The forest was his kingdom, the wind his only witness. He was not evil nor cruel, only untamed. A soul in perfect balance with the beasts of the world. But his destiny, like all legends, would not remain buried in silence. The gods sent a woman, Shamhat, sacred courtesan, emissary of wisdom, bearer of beauty and language. She found Enkidu drinking beside gazelles, his eyes golden and wild. She did not fear. She did not shout. She sang. And Enkidu listened. Through her, he tasted bread, drank wine, and learned the language of men. Through her, he left the wilderness behind, not in shame, but in transformation. He wept. He remembered. He loved. And with each memory, the wild fled his bones. He became man. When Enkidu entered Uruk, Gilgamesh met him not with welcome, but challenge. They fought, fists crashing like thunder, crowds gasping in awe. For the first time, Gilgamesh knew resistance. For the first time, he saw an equal. They did not fight to the death, they fought into life. Breathless, bruised, and laughing, they clasped hands. Brothers, not by blood, but by flame. One born of gods, one born of the earth. A bond that even time dared not sever. Beneath Uruk's night sky, Gilgamesh whispered of legacy. He longed for a name carved not in stone, but in story. Together, they would travel to the cedar forest, face the guardian Humbaba, and return with glory that would echo beyond death. Enkidu hesitated. He had walked those woods as beast. He had heard Humbaba's roar split bark and bone. But where one feared, two could stand. And so they journeyed east to the edge of the known world, into a forest older than gods. Each night, Gilgamesh dreamed, mountains crumbling, stars falling, rivers flowing with blood. Each morning, Enkidu read the signs, omens, warnings, glimpses of fate. But they pressed on, past vultures, past sandstorms, past voices that hissed from branches above. Every step closer to Humbaba, every breath a gamble. In the heart of the forest stood Humbaba, a creature woven from smoke and cedar, with a gaze that split marrow from bone. He spoke not in words, but in thunder. Yet Gilgamesh stood firm, and Enkidu beside him. They fought, two against one, mortal against legend. And when the final blow fell, Humbaba screamed not in rage, but in sorrow. His forest wept. Victory was theirs, but it came at a cost unseen. Ishtar, goddess of love and war, beheld Gilgamesh and desired him. She offered him treasures, thrones, eternity at her side. He refused. He mocked her rage, named her fickle, named her destroyer, and so she wept fire. She summoned the bull of heaven, a beast so vast its breath cracked the sky. It tore through Uruk, devouring fields, crushing homes. Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought side by side and slew the divine bull. But the gods were watching. In their silent heavens, the gods gathered. They had warned, they had witnessed, and now they would punish. They chose Enkidu. He fell ill, not by sword, but by silence. His strength faded, his voice dimmed. He cursed the gods, the forest, the hunt, and then forgave them all. In the arms of Gilgamesh, he died, and the world fell quiet. Gilgamesh tore his clothes, covered his hair in ash, and fled the city. He wandered beyond rivers, beyond mountains, seeking Utnapishtim, the immortal, the one who had survived the flood of the gods. He passed through lands of fire, scorpions, and stone. His face grew gaunt, his eyes hollow, yet he pressed on, haunted by one truth. Even kings must die. Utnapishtim told him of the flood, how the gods drowned the world in sorrow, and how one man, favored and feared, built a boat to carry life through storm. He survived. But the gods gave him no joy, only eternity. He challenged Gilgamesh, "Stay awake for 7 nights and prove your worth." Gilgamesh slept. Bread grew moldy beside him. Time passed and judged. Utnapishtim offered one last hope, a flower that bloomed in the deep. Gilgamesh found it, held it, but while he bathed, a serpent came and stole it away. So close, and yet still mortal. He returned to Uruk, not as god, not as hero, but as man. He looked upon its walls, its people, its temples, and he knew this was immortality, not in flesh, but in legacy. His name is carved in clay tablets, spoken in cities long turned to dust. Still he walks, not in body, but in story. This is the tale of Gilgamesh, the man who dared fight death and found life.